Just me, folks. A voice on the phone. Kevin Seraphin, back from the grave. Yeah, me. Never to obey, never to comply, never to follow any of the rules set by the billionaire class. They can take me off their social media, but they can never shut me up. 'Cause I will never shut up. I will not obey. I will never obey. I will never submit. I will never, ever, ever be enslaved or taken alive by Trump. I will fight back with every fiber of my being. I have a loud, booming voice which I will use to great effect on YouTube, on Bandcamp, on street corners, on a soapbox, literally like in the old days, trying with the power of the word, of my voice, and my pen being mightier than the sword, to raise up an army of the flea to end the billionaire class, to end the patriarchy, and to end Project 2025, Agenda 47 before it even starts. And on top of that, remove the ruling class forever by any means necessary. Because they got to go, and go they shall. The patriarchy has got to go, and go they shall. We have to pretty much get rid of the Christian nationalist movement the same way we united to remove the Nazi fascist presence in World War II. They cannot be debated, they cannot be tolerated, they cannot be appeased with, they must be crushed without mercy or delay, and we have to let them know that there is not a goddamn thing they can do to stop it. Because there isn't a goddamn thing they can do to stop it. Not one fucking thing about it. Because all it takes is a small percentage of a population, which happens to be nearly 342 million Americans, to wear out republicanism, wear out the empire, wear out King Trump. Just keep coming and coming and coming and coming in a war of the flea until they finally submit and give up just to be left the fuck alone and quit. We did that in 1776 and 1812 to the British Empire. We wore them out in urban guerrilla warfare, and they left. They quit. They were like, fuck it. They're too much goddamn trouble. We don't need this shit. The same thing happened in Vietnam. The French kept hammering and hammering and hammering on the Vietnamese, and they kept just wearing them out. Just keep coming and coming and coming and coming and coming until they gave up. Then we came in. On the wrong side of history, by the way. We should have not interfered, because all they wanted to do was be independent, not part of this stupid Red Scare bullshit, which it was another time. Okay, so we come in, we're like, yeah, man, we'll grind them into the ground with our superior military force. And all that happened was they just got more and more and more determined to win, to fight back, to push back. And the more we tried to oppress them, the more they fought back. And eventually we were worn out by them. Good. Bye. Never should have been there. Period. Ireland. 700 years. The British Empire, at the peak of its power, had been grinding them to the ground, to the dirt. Any attempts at mediation, negotiation, talks, any attempt at trying to peacefully and non-violently leave the British Empire was met with violence and oppression. Violence and oppression. That is what empires do. They will grind you into the dirt with nothing but violence and more violence and more violence and oppression. That's how America has always been. Grinding other parts of the world into the ground. Grinding our own citizens into the ground. We, the American presidents in both parties, ground the International Workers of the World Party into the ground and helped the robber barons, what would be today's billionaires, grind the workers into the ground. The billionaires are the biggest enemy, the worst enemy of all. So is capitalism, imperialism, Christianity, and the patriarchy. It all needs to go. Now. Okay? And the reason why Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and all these fucking rich billionaires around the world forced Donald Trump on us in the first place was because they knew they would get better tax breaks. So we had to deal with an entire term of fucking Adolf Hitler and a fucking capitalist insurrection and all this other crazy shit, including child separation, which is basically putting children in concentration camps. He only did that shit because he loves cruelty and violence and hatred. He is probably one of the most hated people in the world. I have never hated anyone until I came across that kind of evil. That is the kind of evil that needs to be taken off the planet. I am sorry that the sniper missed. I don't care. I'm sorry he killed innocent people. That's it. For all the stuff he's done and for all the cruelty and pain he's caused other people his entire life. Yeah, he kind of does deserve having somebody taking pot shots at him. And I really hope it's one of his own very fine people. I really thought it might be. For all the shit he's been talking about these fuckers. For throwing his own people under the bus to get slaughtered in the Capitol, to get jailed for life by saying, yeah, man, stop the steal. Go and attack the Capitol. And they, at the were crying that they got maced because they tried to overthrow the government. If any of them had been people of color, they would have been slaughtered. Just like George Floyd. Who do these white supremacists think they are? They have owned this world for far too long, is what it is. Men have owned this world for far too long. The women need to take power away from white men. Take power away from men. Men cannot and should not be in charge of anything, especially your nuclear weapons. For fuck's sake. These people are going to give Donald Trump, Adolf Hitler, the nuclear codes again. But hey, the left is the violent party. The left is the problem. No, I'm sorry. When Hillary Clinton was robbed of the presidency, we didn't go storm the fucking Capitol, okay? When Kathy Griffin did a piece of art of a bloody head of Donald Trump, nobody actually did it. Okay? Nobody on the left is saying openly, hey man, let's go murder Hillary Clinton. You know who said that shit? Ted Nugent said that shit. All that fucking violent rhetoric is coming from the right. All of it. And then they turn around and try to blame liberals and Democrats and the woke left. When in reality, it's the fucking crazy wingnut right that is the biggest threat to the world now, period. American Christians are a bigger threat to the world than Benjamin Netanyahu. A bigger threat than Russia, maybe. We are already a dangerously powerful empire. But so far we've had people governing it that are sane fucking people, okay? I don't really like Joe Biden in a billion ways. I have big problems with the Democrat Party. I do. But one thing is for goddamn sure. In 248 years, we have never had a political party of any kind that has sought to keep power by violence. America is the British Empire that we overthrew. And goddamn it, in the name of the Constitution, in the name of the Declaration of Independence, we had better fucking fight back with every